All right, hello boys and girls. I am videotaping this lesson for you. Some of you may have already seen it. If you have some notes started, just follow along till we get to that place. But we're going to talk about divisibility rules. And yesterday you had written in your notes at the top the title of your notes, Divisibility Rules. And our date from yesterday was 9/20. You can write 9/21 if you're newly taking these notes. I'm sorry. 9/2 was yesterday. Today's 9/3. And I had you guys make 3 columns. So the beginning of your notes in your column 1, you have a number is divisible by if, and this is where your rule is going to go. And then in this third column, we'll have an example. So like I said, some of you may have already started these notes. Others may be doing this for the first time. Now, there's a rule for a few numbers to see if 2 can go into another number. So the rule for 2 is if it ends in an even number, which means 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8. Then if it ends in 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8, that number can be evenly divided by 2. So an example could be 3,738. 2 will divide this number evenly without a remainder because it ends in an even number. 8 is an even number. Okay, the second rule of divisibility is the rule for the number 5. So this rule says if a number is divisible by 5 if it ends in 0 or 5. So if I'm going too fast for you, go ahead and pause the video, stop, write things down. An example of this number that would be divisible by 5 is 3,476,250. Now I know 5 will divide this number evenly because it ends in 0. So any number that ends in 0 or 5 is divisible by 5. Another example could be 265. Since it ends in 5, it's evenly divided by 5. And if you look at this 3 million number, 3,476,250, it's not only divisible by 5, but since it ends in a 0, an even number, it's also divisible by 2. And we're going to see the next rule that is one of those rules that we look at the end number, the rule for divisibility by 10. So the rule for 10 is if it ends in a 0. If it ends in 0, then it is divisible by 10. So an example could be 4,370. Since that number ends in 0, it could be divided evenly by 10. Notice the other rules apply to it as well. So since this number ends in 0 or 5, it's also divisible by 5. And since it ends in an even number, it's also divisible by 2. So this number, these 3 rules apply. Now the next 2 rules, we're not going to look at how the number ends. It's going to be a little bit different. So this is our rule for 3. How will we know if a number is divisible by 3? We say if the sum, that means when you add numbers together, that's the sum. If the sum of the digits is divisible by 3, then the whole entire number is going to be divisible by 3. So let's look at an example. Let's do 5,232. Okay, so what do I mean by the sum of the digits? The sum means I have to add each digit in this number. So what is 5 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2? What do we get? 5 plus 2 is 7, plus 3 is 10, plus 2 is 12. So the sum of the digits is 12. Will 3 divide 12? Yes. So if 3 divides 12, 3 will also divide 5,232. And just to prove it, now the reason we do these rules is to make math a little bit easier. This is one of the tricks of math. If you had to divide up $5,232 evenly between 3 people, this is a division problem, would I have an even amount with no change, with nothing remaining, no leftovers? So let's see, 3 goes into 5 once. Bring down the 2. 3 goes into 22 7 times. That's 21. 3 goes into 3 once. Uh-oh. Darn. I think I made a mistake. And I'm going to see if I can find my mistake. So 3 goes into 5 one time. Bring down the 2. 3 goes into that. Oh, there's my mistake. I knew I made a mistake because I wasn't supposed to have a remainder. So let's see. Sorry about that. 3 goes into 13 4 times, and that gives me 12. Okay, and then I bring down the 2. And 3 goes into 12 4 times. And so you have a 0 remainder. So that means, yes, 3 does go into 5,232 evenly. And if I didn't really want to do all the long division, I just add up the digits. And if the sum of the digits can be divided by 12, then that whole number can be divided by 12. I'll show you another one that works. 750, let's see, 7 plus 5 is 12. 13, 14, 15, 6. I'm going to put a 4 there. And why did I put that? Because I knew if I added 7 plus 5 is 12, 12 plus 4 equals 16. Whoops, that's not going to work either. See these mistakes. 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm going to put a 3 there. So 3 goes into 753, and I had to do some thinking. Because when I add these digits, 7 plus 5 plus 3, I get 15. And since 3 will divide 15 evenly, 3 will divide 753 evenly. We have another rule similar to that, and that's the rule for 9. And the rule says a number is divisible by 9 if the sum of the digits, just like the last one, is divisible by 9. Okay, so just like these, I'm going to make up a number and we're going to see if 9 will divide it evenly. So if I have 531, I wonder if 9 will go into 531 evenly. It can divide it without a remainder. So 5 plus 3 is 8, and 8 plus 1 is 9. And since 9 goes into 9 one time evenly, 9 will go into 531 evenly. I'll give you one more example. Let's see. 1,230. Yeah, I want to make up a different one. Hold on. 5,481. And it doesn't always have to end in a 1, but I just happen to do that. So 5 plus 4 is 9. 9 plus 8 is 17, and 17 plus 1 is 18. Since 9 goes into 18 evenly, 9 will also divide 5,481 evenly. Okay, I'm going to stop there. Do the best you can with the homework you're going to get, and I will see you in class tomorrow.